Hello! I'm Ange Wilson of GnomeAngel, and I'm here to teach you skills to help build your confidence and conquer patchwork with ease. Let's get it started. Step 1. Get the pattern. Click the link in the description below to get the free pattern sent straight to your inbox. While we wait for you to download your pattern, let's play a game of who wore it better. What do you think? Block A or Block B? Let me know in the comments below. Let's get back to our tutorial. To make this block, you'll need the following supplies. An optional nice to have is the From Marty Michelle Perfect Patchwork Template Set A, B and T. They will all help you with your accuracy, fabric management, fussy cutting and time management when it comes to constructing this block. But again, they're a nice to have, not a must have. If you'd like to know more about this nice to have, then check out the information in the description below. Step 2. Cut your pieces. Using the pattern as your guide, cut your pieces. Lay out your pieces as shown in the pattern. If you're using the traditional method of making hourglass blocks, check out the link in the description below for my tutorial helping you to make hourglass trim to size blocks. For this pattern, if you're using the traditional method, you'll need to trim your quarter square triangles or hourglass blocks to 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches before you continue with the assembly. Step 3. Join your pieces. As you can see, I'm using the Marty Michelle templates to construct this block. I start by chain piecing the 9 patch that will form the centre unit of this block. I then line up the edges of the Marty Michelle template pieces, being careful to ensure that the engineered corners line up with each other. This is a no trim method, so there's no waste when constructing the block with these templates. Step 4. In this step, we'll finish the hourglass units and the 9 patch unit. My quick tip for those of you chasing accuracy, press your pieces as you work. I finish the rows of the 9 patch unit by nesting the seams and pinning in place. I pin away from myself so that the seam doesn't move during the pinning process. I'm using my fingers to feel that the seams are butting up against each other, not lying on top of each other. You want that smooth, continuous feel from one seam to the next. I'm moving the pins out of the way so that the needle doesn't go over them, thus dulling the needle. I do the same process for finishing off my quarter square triangles or hourglass unit, pinning them in place and making sure they butt up against each other. You can see with this one that when I started to pin, I was a little bit too far down, so I unpinned and repositioned. Line up those engineered corners and stitch a 1/4 inch seam from the edge. Repeat the process for all of the units in this block. 5, you want to join your units to become rows. This is an easy process. Just line up the corners, especially if you're using the Marty Michelle templates. Those engineered corners just easily match up with each other. Join, make the rows, press. Step 6. Join your rows. I join in order 1 to 2, 1 and 2 to 3. The key here is pinning. Start in the middle and pin outwards. You should press your seams in the way that will help you best achieve accuracy. For me, this means I press top row, middle unit, seams out, middle row, middle unit, seams in, bottom row, middle unit, seams out. This means that I can nest them all the way and lock those seams in and not cut off any of my points. Don't be afraid to unpick, but also don't be afraid to accept sometimes those suckers just aren't gonna meet. It's about what you can live with and what you're happy with. The other key too is the more you practice, the better you'll get. The other thing to remember, gee that's a lot of other things, is that once it's quilted, a lot of those seams that don't quite meet up will appear like they meet up because of the texture from the quilting. This is really about consistency and practice. Not everything's going to be perfect first go. The key is to stick with it and don't give up. Step 7, happy dance! Make sure to give your block a really good press, stand back and admire those beautiful points. If you'd like to make a quilt with this block, the free pattern has all the instructions for making a 60-inch by 60-inch quilt. Perfect for snuggling together on the couch. If you loved making this block and you'd like to make more, why don't join me for the 100 Days 100 Blocks Challenge, where we make one patchwork block a day for 100 days. If you made this block, I'd love to see it. Why not join Society Gnome, our exclusive online platform where you can connect, make friends, share, learn, and laugh. If you'd like to learn from me in person, why not come on one of my creative retreats with Sew Travelry? Details about Sew Travelry, Society Gnome, and 100 Days 100 Blocks can be found in the description below. Don't forget to let me know in the comments below who wore it better. Do you think Block A or Block B? I'd love to know, so hit me up. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and thanks for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more.